So in order to get someone on a call where they're going to talk about giving you money and invest in time and money and energy, there absolutely needs to be some kind of qualifying conversation where there's not only qualifying happening, but trust is being built as well. And they're seeing that you have the solution they're looking for. Without that, most people are not going to just give money, right? So I want to talk about today. I felt pretty inspired about this. I actually went back and forth on a couple topics, and this one obviously just felt a stronger pull. I want to talk about high-level set-in reminders to increase your conversion. So when I say set-in, I'm talking about, triage calls that are leading into sales conversations, right? Specifically qualified setting calls that are going to lead to sales calls that actually convert. So for those of you who are doing some triage calls, you might be feeling like they're not converting that great, or maybe you're not seeing the conversions you want, or you're not seeing enough of the triage go into the sales call. I want to talk about that. But before I do, a little sales 101, okay? Before we dive in order for a sales conversion to take place, meaning someone purchased your program and financial money has, finances have been exchanged. In order for a conversion to take place, we have to have a qualified sales conversation, right? So before there's a sale, there needs to be a sales conversation. In order for a sales conversation to happen, we need to have a triage or qualifying conversation, right? So in order to get someone on a call where they're going to talk about giving you money and invest in time and money and energy, there absolutely needs to be some kind of qualifying conversation where there's not only qualifying happening, but trust is being built as well. And they're seeing that you have the solution they're looking for. Without that, most people are not going to just give money, right? So there has to be that. And in order for that conversation to happen, a triage or a, qualifying conversation, in order for that to happen, you have to have leads who have three things, okay? Typically, you need to have leads who, number one, they know that you even have an offer or a way to work with you. I know that sounds so obvious, right? I know, but some of you are like, I know what you're talking about because I don't sell too much, right? I don't talk about my offer every day. And if you're that person, then this speaks to you right now, right? Because it's not common sense. It's not common sense that obviously for people to know that you have an offer or a solution, they need to know, they need to hear it, they need to see it. And a lot of times we think as business owners that we are posting all the time and we're talking about it all the time and everybody must know we have this, right? But the truth of the matter is people need to see things 60 something times now in order for them to be like, pull out a credit card or pull out the money, let's make the payment, let's do this. They actually need to see and hear it like 60 times. That's obviously bizarre, right? Because it used to be like 5 times. It used to be, prior to COVID, it was like, 10 times, maybe 15 times, maybe. And then after that, it just so many people came online, which is great. We have so much talent. There's so much, the opportunity is so amazing now. It's not a bad thing. It's a really great opportunity. But what that did was because there's so much going on and there's so much available, and then there's so many people and so many options. And now we have AI and everyone is like Googling, AI and their answers to everything. And so everything is so accessible that people are being a little bit more picky and a little more cautious of who and where their money goes. And that's the market across the board. That's not just if you're new or whatever, like that 100%, that's everybody. And so that's why you see a lot of these really successful leaders and industry influencers who are all of a sudden showing up so much more. They're doing so much stuff for visibility. This is why, right? Like if you follow the breadcrumbs, this is why, because even they know that they need to be way more visible. And it does not mean you have to create more content. And that does not mean you have to show up more. It just means the pieces that you do, you just got to get more eyes on it, which means talk about it more. Say the same things many, many, many times. Don't be afraid to do that. I know a lot of times we're like, but people probably get sick of it. I already said that, but not enough people saw it. Not enough people saw it. So no, it's not going to matter because most people didn't see it anyway. So say it again, say it again. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can say something too. You can put it in a meme. You can put it in a GIF. You can use the color of a Facebook background. You can put it in a regular post. You can put it on an image. You can say it in audio or on video or in a reel or in a story. I mean, there's so many ways that you can take one thing you're trying to say and slice it and dice it. Right. So I think it's not, again, I love our content strategy because it's manageable. I also think that it works, but it's more for us, it's more about the quality of the content and then the eyes, the visibility of it. It's not about and make more content and make more pieces. That to me isn't really what I'm looking for. But the more that you can get people to see what you're saying, what you're trying to say, let's get more people hearing it and seeing it. That's what's really going to make the difference for you guys, right? So people need to know you have an offer. Now, I always tell you guys, you run your business like a business, right? You want that sign over the door to be open every day. And you want everyone to know, I have an awesome solution for people who want this.